Now here's a thought for the day on behalf of Larbert Baptist Church. In the Gospel of John, the whole of chapter 9 is about the man who was born blind. From start to finish of that chapter, we are made to concentrate upon the man who was born blind and who was miraculously healed. I suppose there was disgrace. The disciples of the Saviour, they thought that it was a disgraceful thing that had happened, and the Saviour had to correct them. Neither this man nor his parents sinned, but that the works of God should be revealed in him. Nevertheless, he was blind, and all the advantages of sight were not known to him. Sight itself was something unknown. The man couldn't imagine what sight was. And when the Saviour worked that miracle and the man saw, it was just amazing. He'd never seen birds. He'd never seen his father or his mother. He had never seen, well, anything. It was utterly unknown to him. And when the Saviour worked that miracle with this man, he was amazed. He was utterly amazed at the gift of sight. Everything was new. Everything was immensely real and powerful and beautiful. And he was absolutely gripped by this sight that had been given to him. And we're told that because the Saviour intended us to see, yes, to see that by nature we're all born blind, all of us. We don't see what the glory of God is. We don't see the grace of God. All of that is hidden from us. We just have no perception of this inward sight. We can see all manner of things. Yes, I agree. But not the inward and vital truth of God. That is unknown to us. It is beyond us. It is outside our capacity. We just cannot see the glory of God. Not until the Saviour works a miracle in us. And we begin to see what we had never seen before. We had never seen the colossal breadth and scope and glory of God. Never until then. And when that happens, my, oh my, our life is absolutely changed. That man was changed by that miracle. And so are we, by the miracle of inward sight. It is an immense and marvelous enraptured glory of God that dawns upon the soul. And we're captivated by it. And our life can never, ever be the same again. The grace of God, the glory of God, we begin to see. Do you remember in the Gospel of Luke, a man called Simeon. There's very little about him, but what there is strangely moving. And Simeon came into the temple at the same time as Mary and Joseph brought their little son to the temple. And Simeon took this child in his arms. And this is what he said, and it's a powerful but brief word. Behold, this child is destined for the fall and rising of many in Israel, and for a sign which shall be spoken against, that the thoughts of many hearts be revealed. Well, it so happened with that man who had his sight given back to him, that when that man was put out of the synagogue, of all things, the Saviour found him. And this is what he said to him. You have both seen him, that is, the Lord of glory. You have both seen him and he is now talking to you. Then he said, Lord, I believe. And he worshipped him. Now I can imagine what the man thought. This is the one who gave me my life, gave me sight. This is the one to whom I owe so much. And the man was overwhelmed, not only with gratitude, but with a realization that this is the Christ of God, that this is the Saviour of the world. And so it is with us. When we realize that our blessed Lord, this Christ of God, this Saviour of the world, is the one who wrought our inward perception of divine things. We're like him, that man. We worship our blessed Lord. The grace of faith is given to us. The disgrace of unbelief came heavily upon those people who would have nothing to do either with the man who had been healed or the Saviour who had healed him. I wonder which it is with us. Whether by grace divine a miracle of inward sight has been given to us, and we bow down and worship our blessed Lord. Or, like those Pharisees, we move out and out and out into a lost eternity. Which is it? Which? Well, there you are. God bless you.